All right, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great week. We over here at Promo Corner have been having a fantastic week. In fact, we had our fourth trade show, our virtual trade show on Tuesday. It was for holiday gifts, and the show sponsor was Maple Ridge Farms, and they knocked it out of the park with all of their cool goodies and giveaways that they had during the whole day. It was fantastic. And speaking of Maple Ridge Farms, today on Express Training Bites, we have Jodie Schillinger, and she is going to be talking to us about creating a multi-sensory experience for your clients. So obviously, you know what Maple Ridge Farms does. So I'm going to let Jodie kind of explain a little bit further about what that is. So Jodie, take it away.
Fantastic. Brandon, thanks so much, not only for having me, but for these amazing learning bites for our wonderful promo family. And for those hopping in on today's session, an enormous thank you for sharing your time with both of us today. I'm thrilled to be sharing mine with you. So a little crumb of information about me. I am Jodie Schillinger, Executive VP of Maple Ridge Farms, and we have been a delicious and highly trusted food gift supplier within the promo industry for over 40 years. While we have a lot of mottos here, a few that keep us grounded and can help everyone: talk less, smile more, get your listen on, community over competition. Just this morning, because of our industry relationships, I was gifted with a very generous email from Steve at Snugs, connecting us with another food opportunity. So peace, thank you, Promo Brother. Next, we always display thankfulness for any opportunity with our customers and teams, as we are only as good as the team for which we lead, embrace, and empower. Don't forget, we really don't take ourselves too seriously, and we love foodie puns. We like to keep things pretty cheesy around here, and hashtag food is all we do. It's our specialty. The other day, I was in this fabulous Zoom meeting with a small group of brilliant people, and I answered a question quite lyrically. I saw some eyes flutter with magic, shoulders melted and dropped. The feeling of relaxation set in, and yes, there were grins. I know, grins in a Zoom meeting. Grins started to slowly appear in this almost dreamy state, very similar to those amazing water shows at the Bellagio, which we are all too familiar with. Ear-to-ear grins started to happen in an in-sync sort of way. And Denny smiled and sort of tilted his head to the side and said, "Jodie, you sound like a musical ballad." A few people giggled, and my face lit up with embarrassment and excitement at the same time. Do you know why? Well, because we had just gotten done with our first webinar at Maple Ridge Farms this season about teaching how to deliver a multi-sensory food gifting experience. My passion was so noticeable that it literally lit up the room. This is exactly what happens when you display and exude comfort and joy that's associated with this multi-sensory gifting. In 2017, Catherine Graham and I were talking about sampling and how it is great to get the promo into the hand of the recipient. And I shared how we sort of rock that with our sample season, but I desired this new approach and new language. Catherine, in her whimsical smile, said, "You have the easiest product for which to create surprise and delight. It is so simple." Those words, surprise and delight, were so impactful, as it moved us to start to market with the 5 senses language and creating that comfort and joy. So before we talk about engaging in senses and kidding, I want to talk about the power of food memories, as they are more sensory than any other memory, in that they involve all 5 senses. And when you are that thoroughly engaged with a stimulus like this, it really has a profound, pleasant chemical impact on your brain. Harvard shares the taste of memory tends to be the strongest of the associative memories that one can make. It creates nostalgia because there is all this context involved with the gift. It's about the experience, the unboxing, and then just like everyone grinning in delight, the taste of deliciousness. The nature of food memories are about experience, and this is the reinforcing nature of food, which drives memory formation in our brains. Let's create a memory. This is going to be fun. I'm going to walk through what it feels like when your multisensory gift project hits the doorstep of a client. So, ding dong goes the doorbell. A package is at the front door. You are already excited. Who doesn't love getting packages? Next, the unboxing of the beautiful gift while seeing the brand of the buyer. A memory is already being created, filling up the space within the recipient's brain. They are forming a true allegiance to that buyer. Smell. The aroma of chocolate, coconut pralines, delicious Wisconsin cheeses, jelly beans, coffee cake, hams, and more. Oh my. Just think, we have only engaged in 2 senses at this point. The recipient's excitement is nearing peak levels already. Feel the softness of the ribbons, the salty texture of the savory foods, the sturdy foundation of a reusable branded item. And if you have kitted with other promotional items such as tumblers, journals, ornaments, that bond is deepening between the recipient and the buyer's branded message even more. Then, boom, out of this world taste. Deliciousness explodes in their mouths as their flavors sort of mingle and dance together. The level of endorphins released into the brain are increased. As a recipient of this delightful branded gourmet goodness, their oxytocin levels are ramped up. And this is the warm, fuzzy, nostalgic feel-good hormone that solidifies the memory into an unforgettable food gifting, multisensory, branded experience that they will never forget. Why, you might ask, was this skit so important? Well, other than it's so much fun to do, I'm going to ask a series of questions, and all I request of you is that you allow your mind to fully relax, maybe stretch a little bit, travel back in time, embrace the memories for which I am hoping to invoke and reignite. What is your favorite restaurant and why? Do you like to end your palate with a sweet or a salty flavor? What is a dessert you want to try but haven't yet? Tell me, share with me a story about your favorite cheese and why. And I sure hope it was a Wisconsin cheese. What makes your taste buds explode? How did it feel the last time you built a charcuterie tray? Can you remember who last gifted you with some epic, delightful treats? As you chill and feel your way through these memories, many of you will take a very deep breath, laugh, maybe remember how the reupholstery or the upcycled chair felt of the restaurant that you went to. Maybe you'll remember the color of the sky. Maybe you'll cry, reminisce, release a smile, or even grab your phone quick to text an old friend. Why? Because you remember. You felt recognized, appreciated, and you will always remember how the giver of that gift or moment made you feel and how all of your 5 senses were delighted. Now that we're feeling this great sense of nostalgia, we're going to revisit March of 2020. COVID hit. People were confused, afraid, defiant, reluctant, supportive, reacted, mostly separated from their teams. It was evaluation time for businesses throughout the world. Our industry needed to take a few glances at that mirror, mirror on the wall. We needed to get real with ourselves. We needed to confront, address, and evaluate our business decisions, approaches, relationships, leadership, budgets, and more. Within the promo industry, we all saw immediate, drastic financial losses, furloughs, and worse. Some of our very dear good friends were closing their company doors. This also provided, on the flip side, many with an opportunity to work smart, lean, and compassionately. They had to start this transformation process quickly. Our goal at Maple Ridge was to continue to deliver stellar service, execute flawlessly with each opportunity that we were gifted with. As we continued forward with that approach, it allowed us to open doors and really have those vulnerable conversations to simply get real with our customer partners. We found that many distributors were not confident. They weren't even comfortable about how to approach the end buyer market, knowing that budgets could be tight or completely gone. Yet, as we know, the budgets are there, and it is up to us together in this industry to educate the end buyer on how to repurpose them. As we encouraged the conversations with our customer partners, we learned that kitting was in high demand, more multisensory experiences. Interestingly, we have been kidding for over 20 years, and we had already been specializing in food and creating these really unique custom opportunities. However, since COVID, consumers are really most compelled, consumers and buyers are compelled to make purchases that make them feel as though they are making a very positive impact on the recipient's life for the better. This is an important element in building the awareness of the senses and the brand. Gifts need to say that this item fully represents a unique approach to displaying and emanating gratitude. All of these words that are invoked by the five senses. By building a custom gift theme, it allows your customer to display ownership and creativity. It allows you to work with your own favorite trusted suppliers for their niche or unique item as well. Gifting with the senses is a very unique approach to selling. However, it is the easiest and the least used by many of us. Harness those senses. Start asking the questions that lead to the stories, the memories, and even better, the conversations. Getting connected is more important now than ever. Our country is going through a pandemic, one like you and I have really not seen before. People, students, pets, teams, and employees have all been removed from their comfort they once had. It is up to us together within this promo industry to deliver creative solutions that represent that missed recognition and appreciation more now than ever. I really want to end here with several quotes on food because I do keep like a spreadsheet of several of them so that I can kick them out whenever I need to. Uh, but because I get so totally geeked out on great food experiences, I'm going to have to hold back. I'm going to quote one of my favorite food crush inspirations, the late Anthony Bourdain. Context and memory play the most powerful role in all the truly great meals in one's life. Stay hungry. Back to you, Brandon.
That was awesome.
Oh, thanks.
I love it. So this is something for me where I always kind of joke with my friends where it's kind of like I don't know because I'm not quite a foodie. I'm one of those guys that just eats because I'm hungry, but I also enjoy a ton of flavors because I think like what you said, I'm remembering times of my life because of a smell or because of a feel or because of a taste.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that you said, and I always take a lot of notes because I
Oh,
think every single one of our guests has some amazing stuff to say.
oh,
And
okay. Thank you.
you impressed me. So I really love what you said about bonded branded messaging, like, and doing that with a positive impact. All of those things are like just super trendy topics and things that distributors can really help their end users do. So do you have an example or maybe a product that Maple Ridge Farms does that can kind of provide that for the end user?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. And I'm glad that you love all my buzzwords. I feel like I've used them forever, but now that we're out here Zooming, everybody's zooming around like the Jetsons. So now they're just being more recognized. And I think that as distributors being able to embrace it, that's the big thing. As I said, with COVID, we noticed that people were hungry for connection. And one way that we connect daily is through food. And I don't want to make it just about food, but when you receive a gift from Maple Ridge, it is multisensory. You have so many facets that you can reuse. The other day, Jay and Jeff on their taco episode had our ice cream, and they're like, hey, the great thing about this is you get this repeated impression over and over again. So it's a double sensory experience. But if you ask which item, all of our items will deliver that experience. But I think what we're experiencing right now is something that we have called the Taste of Success, and it's an opportunity for our distributor partners to go out and get these delicious coconut praline pecans or these cashews out to their end buyers for very economical. So it's economical, it's delicious, and it gets into their hands. So those that do not want to go out and make the calls, we can mail it right to the end recipient with their logo on it, and it's a way to sort of engage, let them know that they're being thought of, recognize, appreciate, but also show them, hey, you can do this food. To create the same feeling that you're having, let's go recreate that for your customers. And that's the connection that sometimes has to be taught, that is lost. They don't understand until you create a skit like we just did here on Training Bites.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And yeah, you're absolutely right. One of the other things that you said was people are being removed from their comfort zone. And a lot of people do find comfort in food, especially me being down here in the South. We literally have comfort food. So that is awesome. That's fantastic. We actually have a couple of comments here coming in on
Okay.
Facebook. Tim Hill says, "Hey, y'all, and this is pure awesomeness."
Thanks, Tim.
Walter Kurt jumped in and said, "Hi, Jodie." And he said, "Cinnamon coffee cake. Oh my."
Oh, thank you both. Hey, Tim. Hey, Walter. Walter's been a huge advocate for the coffee cake. Thank you. It's created so much engagement. It's on Oprah's top list. So we've had a lot of fun with that item.
I think we actually give one of those away at the holiday show on Tuesday?
Yeah, so the holiday show, we had a coworker, Tracy was working, but I got to go into the booth for the giveaway and it was fantastic, so exciting. It was so epic. I love delivering that because the feedback that we get is exactly what you saw from Walter. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And then over on the Promo Corner Facebook feed, Danny Rosen chimed in and says, "Love the industry partnerships. Snugs USA plus Maple Ridge Farms equals Maple Ridge Snugs?" Oh, Danny. That is awesome. So what are some other things like, so I know that there's a lot of, like you said, we're all Zooming, we're all on these phone
Mm-hmm.
calls, but outside of just doing it for an end user, how can distributors like use it to build their business, like along self promos, or because we're not going to trade shows anymore, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we're not able to hand out those awesome cookies or brownies or anything at the booths anymore. How can they do that now to kind of help themselves still maximize their brand impressions with those five senses?
Absolutely. That's a fabulous question. So self-promo has always been huge. The best time of year for self-promo is September, October. It's not too late, especially with the pandemic year. So right now, customers are ordering the Taste of Success, which is a great program, economically priced, to get out in the mail, drop to your clients, again, to show the appreciation. But you can choose any item right now. We've got a great self-promotion. And quantity price less 20%. And the goal is not to push the 20%, but to go and purchase these items. We do drop shipping. We've done drop shipping. Food is our specialty. So we know how to get them delivered in perfect condition so that when they open them up, they have the experience that I just replayed for everyone. Self promo is one great way. And then the other is social posts. So we just did a huge push on new photography. So we've got a social post area in our marketing tools and our website. And we've got some really fun posts for you guys that are already ready to go and just getting yourself out there. So I think what distributors don't understand is that end buyers don't think of a distributor for a food promotion. They're going to the Costco's and Harry and David's. So as distributors, you've got to position yourself as the only source for food gifts. And the only way to do that is show them that you do food and that you rock it and you own it and you do it well. And we have all the tools for it. The marketing section is loaded, but I'm not going to walk you through it here. You can call us. We've got an awesome team of people that are just super excited to work with you and help build your brand. It's not about us. We're here to build your brand. And that's what we love to do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we are about to start wrapping this thing up. So
Okay.
are there any last words you'd like? Yeah, I was like,
yeah. So as you heard from Walter, the coffee cake's a hit. And we've got one coming to Brandon as well. Thanks for having us. So if you want to go ahead and follow us on Instagram, we are at Maple Ridge Gifts, and DM us with your most memorable experience that you've had, like multi-sensory experience. We're gonna do a raffle, but you've got to do it in 24 hours, 24 hours. And DM us and let us know your most memorable epic food experience. And we're gonna raffle off a coffee cake and then we'll get it out to y'all. So thank you so much. First of all, thank you for having us, Brandon. We really appreciate the opportunity to be seen and also talk about the five senses and ways that in the industry together, we're all here to partner with one another. We want to thrive and we will. We totally will. We've just got to do it together. And then last, thank you everyone out there watching. We totally appreciate it. And we look forward to Food Gift Love together.
that is Food, gift, love. I love that.
Food, gift, love. Yeah.
You got to put that in there. One of the things I wanted to wrap this up with, and I kind of shared it a little bit on the holiday gift show, but we did a video at the beginning of the holiday gift show to have everybody give out their best traditions. And I'm not kidding, out of like the 10 or 15 people we had talking about it, at least 50% of them were the smell or the taste of something that they had that reminded them of the holidays. I mean, that's mine. My last name comes from Croatia, and so we have this Croatian bread called pogatica, and it's basically cinnamon, sugar, and pecans crushed up and rolled up like kind of like a cinnamon roll, but baked like a loaf and then cut. And it's like,
my gosh,
it's so good. So good. So
can I get the recipe? You want to share that with me?
So I'll have to reach out to the Petriches and see what they think about giving that up. But no, it's fantastic. I love this stuff. So one more quick time, how can people get a hold of you, Jodie? How can people reach out to Maple Ridge Farms and give them the details of that contest just one more time?
Absolutely. So details of the contest, please follow us on Instagram. DM us with your most memorable food multisensory experience. We're going to raffle off a winner in 24 hours. So at 11:21 tomorrow, we will raffle off a winner. And then last, how can you get in touch with us? Follow us on all social platforms at Maple Ridge Gifts. And you can email our amazing team here at hello@mapleridge.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at jodie.schillinger, but I don't show any Maple Ridge. I leave that to our social team. I show food. I show tons of food.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
So if you're looking for Maple Ridge, go to Maple Ridge.
It's fantastic. Again, thank you so much for being our guest today. And thank you everybody for joining us and listening to how you can, what did she say? Bond your branded messaging with food.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
definitely.
That is so cool. That is going to do it for Express Training Bites. We'll see you guys next Thursday.
Thank you.